All right, hey everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out as always. So I just wanted to have a brief chat today. I wanted to talk through the upcoming Road to Nationals season and the recent changes to qualification. Hopefully, getting some of your feedback about that. I have a few scattered thoughts, but we'll talk through that as I open a few packs here that I picked up at my LGSs over the last few weeks. But before we get into that, I owe you guys a giveaway. So let's take a look at that right away. This was just a random giveaway I posted just about 2 weeks ago, so I think it's a good time to go ahead and draw for that. I think there were over 30 comments, so 32 comments, so still odds are pretty good, so good time to subscribe. And we're very, very close to 500 subs, so the 500 sub giveaway has been up for quite some time, but we're like 42 away at time of recording. So please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Get us to 500 and I'll draw for that shadow box altar. And so this is again going to be a shadow box altar of your choice. So let's see who won. Boston Games, happy channel anniversary. So I actually asked about your year in Flesh and Blood. So I think we're going to draw a second winner here. But Boston Games, I really appreciate you. You know what? Reach out. We'll figure something out. But I really want to hear about somebody's year in Flesh and Blood. So we're going to go ahead and pick another winner so we can read a nice comment here. So Charletcher 8. Congratulations. You are our official winner. So go ahead and reach out. zenstatefab@gmail.com. You can find my information in the description of the video. Reach out and I'll make you a shadow box altar of your choice. Boston Games, we'll figure something out. Maybe I'll send you one that I already have set up. It's pretty obvious, but my favorite fab moment of 2023 was discovering the game. Awesome. I'm so happy. I get a lot of these comments, like people still coming into the game, discovering the game, and really falling in love with it. So that's always really great to hear. On that note, you'll notice a little teaser here. I have a Blitz budget Vinset deck for Blitz. You know, I recently put together a budget list for CC. I'm going to be filming that video right after this. So that's coming out for the beginners that are getting into Blitz. $40 deck list for Vinset that I think actually slaps pretty hard. Okay, discovering the game, still learning lots. I'm loving putting together tons of Blitz decks. Awesome. There you go. Blitz budget Vinset coming your way. Every time I play my friends, it's a totally new match, although I'll never be particularly good on one hero. I don't know about that. You know, it's funny. Sometimes you can fall into a given hero, kind of become a specialist, but there's something to be said about diversity, right? So like playing all the heroes, if you're playing a wide variety of heroes, then you know what they want to do, and sitting across the table from them, you know, if you're on a different deck, you can you know, better craft your turns and more easily sort of predict what they might want to do. So anyways, really congrats again, Charletcher, for you know, getting into the game and for winning our giveaway. So get in touch and I'll make you a shadow box altar of your choice. Okay, so you'll have to pick a hero. Maybe that will become your main. Anyways, so congrats. Okay, a couple things. I pulled up some tabs here as well because I wanted to talk through, and this is sort of like, well, it's new-ish news. Came out about a week ago at filming. So Heavy Hitters release right around the corner, coming out this Friday at time of recording again. So I'm really excited. Did go to a couple pre-releases over the last weekend. Ton of fun. The limited environment in Heavy Hitters is so much fun. A lot of people are saying it's the best limited environment since Welcome to Wraith. I think it might rival Welcome to Wraith. The play patterns, the style, the heroes, just so much fun. So back to the big smashy days of Flesh and Blood. I'm super stoked on it, so I'm looking forward to release. I'm going to be picking up some boxes. We're going to do some box openings. I don't have any Heavy Hitters to open today, unfortunately. But anyways, off topic, I want to talk about Road to Nationals and the recent changes here. So as of 23rd of Jan, 2024, so Road to Greatness lies ahead. Essentially, we're going to skip through here, but it talks about how you can qualify for your Nationals. So I was very, very fortunate to qualify based on experience. Last year, I was able to go to Nationals. That was definitely my highlight in Flesh and Blood. Over the last year. It was my first big event for Flesh and Blood, and it was so much fun to travel out there with friends, you know, play the game, see the world. See Toronto. But, it was more about just traveling with a pack of friends, playing the game for a couple days. It was a ton of fun. So I really, really, really hope to qualify for nationals again this year. But with the new changes in terms of how to qualify, so this is just talking about, the prizing for Road to Nationals and some other details. But essentially, so one way to qualify for nationals is to go to a Road to Nationals event, RTN, and get, I think, top 4. I should know off the top of my head. I don't know. Open entry, invite only, national championship qualification. So this is the one thing I wanted to point out here. National championships will consist of players who have earned an invite through Road to Nationals. So you can go into your Road to Nationals event at a local game store. These are fairly widely distributed. I'll get to that in a second. But so you can win by, I think it's top 4. It's either top 8 or top 4. But you can win a ticket in that way, PTI redemption, and the top ranked players on the combined ELO leaderboards for that country, classic, constructed, and limited, up to the event cap. Invited players do not need to pay for entry. So this is different from previously. For those of you who are new in the game, by the way, I'll explain a little something. So here's organized play programs, your road to getting into higher level Flesh and Blood tournaments. So our tier 1 events are like our weekly armories, on-demand events, that your LGS can put on. I think there's 1 experience per win for an on-demand event, and play anywhere, which if you haven't seen the videos that I've been releasing recently, gameplay videos about the local classic constructed league, that's essentially what Play Anywhere is. As a Flesh and Blood player, you can host a Play Anywhere event. There's no experience associated with it, so there's nothing really on the line. But it's a fun way to get your friends together to jam some extra games. So this local CC league that I've been organizing is a Play Anywhere event, which is, I guess, the bottom of tier 1. Then we have on-demand events, and then armory events, which is the most common casual event. Weekly armories at your local game store, likely. We are lucky enough here in Winnipeg. We have a relatively small community, which is what I'm going to be talking about here. But we have 3 local game stores who are amazing, who host local events, weekly armory events at each of them. So we have 3 armories that we get to go to every week as a community. Our turnout ranges from maybe 6 players, sometimes 4, which hurts a little bit, but 6 players to some of our well-attended events are more like 14 to 16. We had a pre-release where we got over 20, so like 24 or 26, something like that. So we can get over 20 once in a blue moon, but regular numbers average around 10 to 12, I would say. So Skirmish is the top of tier 1. So Skirmish is a bit more competitive. There's some prizing on the line, or some upgraded prizing often on the line. Either Blitz or Limited often. So this is really fun as well. And skirmishes are widely distributed throughout the community. We've gotten 2 or 3 as well. So they've given skirmishes to a few of our local game stores around skirmish season. But this is the bulk of what we get here in a smaller community, right? And there's no ELO. So what they're talking about in terms of, top ranked players on combined ELO for that country. Well, in a smaller community, and I think of our community as being like sort of a mid-sized community. There's got to be smaller communities out there. So 3 armories a week. The issue is we got to get to tier 2 before there's ELO on the line. So things like Battle Hardened, which we've never gotten. There have been a handful of Battle Hardens in Canada, I believe, but they're not the easiest to travel to. It's very expensive to travel in Canada. Pro Quest, we get 1 during Pro Quest season. So one of our LGSs tend to get these Pro Quests, and we often get 1 Road to Nationals as well. So the only way we can adjust our ELO, or essentially, climb the leaderboards in terms of ELO, is a couple times a year when we get our Pro Quest or when we get our Road to Nationals. So there's no real way. You have one bad day, in the office for ProQuest or Road to Nationals, and your ELO's shot, and there's no real way to rectify that. So then you're sitting somewhere low on the ELO leaderboard, and it's not looking good for a Nationals invite, which is really, really unfortunate. Because in our country here in Canada, and I'd love to hear from you guys, I'd love this to be a back and forth discussion about what you guys think, and how this might impact your community. Like in Canada, again, we have smaller communities kind of spread all over the place. There's a hub sort of in the Ontario area where you can travel fairly easily nearby and attend several ProQuests and several Road to Nationals and maybe even a Battle Hardened. We did get one calling, I think it might have been over in Vancouver. But anyways, so those players have the option to, I don't want to say grind for ELO, but they have more opportunity to adjust their ELO or compete at a given level where ELO matters. So, so to you new players who are getting into the game, maybe this is not that important to you, but you know, it is really, really fun. When I was getting into the game, I never thought I would be this entrenched in the game, looking to go to higher level events like the national championship or anything like that. But it's so much fun to be able to do that kind of stuff. So it is a little unfortunate. I think this does hurt smaller communities. I'll show you, without doxing myself. So this is my ranking and all this kind of stuff. So my 90-day XP tends to be fairly high because I do attend often, most weeks, all 3 armories, so I'm able to get a lot of experience. In the past, this 90-day XP was how you would qualify for nationals. And I understand it's not a perfect system, and I'm not saying it's a perfect system. We should go back to the way it was, because then people can just grind for XP. Doesn't matter if you're winning or losing. If you play enough, you'll get enough XP to qualify. And I understand that at the tier 3 level competitive event, you want the best players. But I'm also saying that I don't think this ELO system for qualification, combined ELO system, is the best option either. We need to find something in between, I think, or they need to adjust the ELO system. I don't know. I don't have the solution, and I'm not claiming that the previous system was the best system either. I really appreciate Legend Story Studios for doing their best to make sure that the nationals and these high level tournaments are, we are getting the best players there. But I do think that this hurts smaller communities. So I'd like to, again, hear what you guys have to say. So my 90-day XP is pretty high. Usually lands me somewhere in the top 50 for Canada. Global rank doesn't really matter. We're talking about nationals here, so look at the country rank. Lifetime experience, I've been playing since Tales of Aria. So I've been playing for a few years now. So I have a decent amount of lifetime XP, again, going to a lot of armories. So 37th in Canada. And this, 90-day XP in the past would have been well enough to get me into nationals. However, you look at constructed ELO, I've only been to 7 rated events so I've been to we're coming up on my 300th event. Okay. So I've been to almost 300 Flesh and Blood events since I started playing a game. That's kind of crazy to think about. And only 7 of those events were rated events over the last few years. So as I mentioned, like a ProQuest a year, maybe a Road to Nationals a year. And then nationals, which counted as rated events. And so here's, my rated wins, 15. So I won 15 games in these 7 events. So these are very small numbers is what I'm trying to point out, compared to the sheer number of events I've attended. So I haven't had that much opportunity to attend these rated events, not for lack of trying. It's not that I don't go. If there were nearby events, I would travel to them, but we're landlocked. Canada's a big country, and we have a relatively small community, so we can't justify running 2 or 3 ProQuests or 2 or 3 Road to Nationals for, the 12 people that tend to show up. So hopefully I can win my Road to Nationals or come in top 4 to get my invite, but I am worried because I'd really love to attend Nationals. So here is my ELO based on only these 7, okay? And I'm not a huge meta person, as you can probably tell. I play a lot of Vincent. I love Vincent. I brought Vincent to Nationals, and I did not do well at Nationals on Vincent. So it really only takes one bad event. If I brought Vincent to Nationals today, I think I would fare better. It was early days on Vincent, but that's beside the point. The point I'm trying to make is a couple bad events and your elo's sunk. So I'm like top 50 in terms of 90-day and lifetime XP, but I'm 700th in Canada when it comes to elo for constructed. I've had a couple good, when I was back in the chain meta days, I was on chain. I think I 5-1'd a pro quest. So I've had some good rated events, but I've also had some bad rated events, and now my elo's quite poor, and there's no real way for me to fix it. Again, unless I win my RTN. So combined elo, limited elo is a little bit better, 103rd Canada. This alone might be good enough for me to get in, but combined elo, there's no way, right? So again, I think it does hurt smaller communities. As I can continue to ramble here, we'll switch over to the desk cam and get into some of these. I've already rambled longer than I thought I was going to, but bought some History Pack 1 just as a way to support my local game stores. I like to pick up a couple packs during all of these armories that I attend. So we'll get into these as we continue to chat, but I don't know. Again, I'd really like to hear from you guys about how this elo system, like I totally understand again what they're going for. In terms of trying to make sure that people are being rewarded for, the wins that they're getting in these higher level tournaments. Pedal to the metal, KO. It could be cool for an altar. The reason I'm opening these white bordered stuff, by the way, is for altars. I think the white border stuff, I might get back into painting altars, but either way, I think the white border stuff is cool for altars. So we're trying to get some spicy stuff that we can alter. But anyways, I don't know, for a smaller community where you can have one bad rated event and then your elo's kind of sunk. Lords of Wind, that could be a fun altar as well. It hurts. Yeah, I'm a bit worried. I really do want to attend Nationals. It was my highlight for Fab this year, and I really hope to attend again, but I don't know if I will get an invite based on experience. With this new system, Dash. Another Majestic. Knock the Death Whistle. That's fun. Put Dash aside because that's a good one to alter as well. So, I don't know. I'd like to hear, are you from a larger community? How many pro quests do you guys usually get? How many Road to Nationals? What is your elo? Do you have a good elo? Is this something that you're not even thinking about? Like, is this, wow, Majestics all around. Teklo Core. Is this something that you're worried about? If you're a new player, did you learn anything? Like, are you, probably starting to go to armories? Are you looking to get into higher level events? What is your ultimate goal? And I know, when we're starting in the game, we often don't really know. Read the runes. That would be fun for an altar. Hitting my mic. Azalea. Rushing River. A couple rares. Like, do you not really know where this is going to take you? Do you have aspirations to play higher level events? Is Skirmish sort of enough as a bit more of a competitive event for you? Are you curious about Nationals? Do you have the opportunity to, another Majestic, Heron's Flight, travel out to bigger events like Battle Hardens, Callings? Do you hope to, etc., etc.? So, I don't know. I don't think I have all the answers. I understand that LSS is trying to find a better solution. I think the issue in the past, and I'll continue to ramble here as we open these packs, issue in the past was that people would just grind for experience, right? And I was one of them. It's not that I grind, I love the game, and so I attend all the armories anyways, 3 armories a week, and that's just enough to keep me. It doesn't matter if it's national season. I don't really ramp up my attendance during national season. Doesn't matter if it's national season or not. I just love playing the game, and I go to all my local armories. So that in the past was enough to get me an invite, and I understand that just grinding for XP does not make you a good player. And so for these higher tier events, you want the best players in the country to be able to attend. And, you know, some of those players might not. They'd be, you know, they're practicing with their teams maybe, and they're not attending all of these local armories, but they are able to attend and do well and take down some of these higher level events where ELO is on the line. And so you want to reward them for, you know, the time that they're putting in outside of just grinding for experience at armories. So I understand the change. I want to say it's a step in the right direction. Like, I don't think it's necessarily an entirely negative change. I think it just might have some perhaps unintended, I don't know if it's unintended, but or unwanted consequences for smaller communities, right? And I don't know. So I'm also curious whether anybody watching right now, or still watching, are you from a newer fab community? Either, you know, the game, like your community has grown quite a bit in the last little while, or maybe the game wasn't printed in your language, and it's only recently, you know, started to take off for whatever reason that might be. You know, what do you think about these? Oh, showtime. Another Majestic. What do you think about these recent changes? Does it impact you at all? Do you care? Et cetera, et cetera. So anyways, that's all. I'm going to stop rambling. We got 2 packs left, so we'll see what we can get. But yeah, I would really, really like to hear from you guys. I know I've said that 1,000 times already, and you probably understand that, but curious to know what you think about these recent changes. Best of luck at your RTN, by the way, if you do have aspirations to attend a nationals, as I do, once again, just for fun. I hope you do well, Mangle. And on a Majestic. So, hey, we got what? 6 Majestics out of, I think I just had over about 12 packs, so I think that's pretty good. Some fun things that we might be able to alter here. Anyways, thanks so much for listening to my ramblings. If you're still around, give a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Make sure to like, subscribe. 500 sub giveaways coming up right around the corner. So thank you guys so much, and we'll chat again real soon. Okay, cheers.